Check 1. Check 2. Check 3. This is it. Welcome to the Cannabis Coffee Hour. I'm your host, Rob Cantrell. Welcome to episode 300 of the Cannabis Coffee Hour, the podcast that is beyond a podcast, in a entertainment space zone that you've never experienced before. Well, you know, it's kind of just like a comedy podcast. I do stand-up, I do some acting, I do some writing right here in Brooklyn, New York. And this is the 300th episode, which is very exciting. And I'm doing a solo episode, everybody. You know, you got to go 300 on this. I'm doing the sound. I'm doing the hair and makeup. I'm doing the music. Got a little beat. Got a swing beat. Yeah. Love it. Yep. Episode 300 of the Cannabis Coffee Hour, a comedy and music podcast where I talk about cannabis and coffee. I drink cannabis and I smoke coffee. No, I drink a lot of coffee. This here is Colson Bakery, right here in Brooklyn. They're amazing. They got a great coffee shop here in Industry City. But I don't know how much of a shout out, because I do kind of want to smoke some herb on this podcast. So it's just getting to be a wild world out there. I just saw that, who was it? It was Elton John talking bad about weed, saying the Americans shouldn't. I was like, Elton John, out of all the mother. But this is a positive podcast. I don't know. You can Google that. I don't know. I saw that. That wasn't confirmed. But I know a lot of people have a lot of, cannabis is kind of a niche, and I've kind of evolved into the niche of having it kind of in my comedy and in my art. But I don't want to wear weed signs all day, every day. But I do want free access to legal good herb. I do want to be an individual, and I think it's healthier than smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol. And as you get older, it's just something that I enjoy and have over the years and years and years to come. But enough of that, man. I am enjoying a great cup of coffee, enjoying episode 300 that we're doing here. It's kind of amazing, an evolving podcast this is. I've sampled a lot of coffee. We've had a lot of different guests. And I'm just trying to get my head around of a lot of it is the consistency of doing it over and over again. And but also having the flexibility to go to different spots. I'm kind of in this really cool Industry City studio that I'm working with, a production company that I worked, even doing grunt work with. But they have a space, and the dude's cool enough, and this is where we did the Mike Doty episode. Shout out to Mike Doty, actually soul coughing. is going back out on tour. So I saw that. Check that thing out, man. And if you ever get to see them live, I would definitely recommend it if you get a chance. If somebody's like, hey, man, I got some Soul Coughing tickets, I'd be like, yeah, man, let's go. Mike Doty was too cool to do the podcast, and we are kind of in a raw setup space. The plan is to, buff it out super fresh, but I like just experimenting. Music and the beats. I'm looking for some voiceover work. I want to be a demon. I want to be a big demon.
I can do a row. I can do a duck. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, quack. Quack like a duck. What the fuck? What you talking? Where are the ducks? Quack, quack. You quacking like a duck. What the fuck? You quacking like a duck. I just didn't want to do a regular podcast.
But I also, when you go out there, you got to come back down. You got to come back down from going into outer space. You got to come back down. And you gotta go back. Cannabis coffee. All right, episode 300. Bring it back to normal, Rob. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on, dude. Dude. So gnarly. So the other day, this person on the street just started shouting poetry at me. Poetry is getting aggressive, man. I don't know. Somebody was like doing some performance art out on the street. And I think she wanted me to pull out my camera or something. And I was just like, I was helping move some video equipment. And I was like, You know how you could just zone people out? You don't want to zone everybody out, but there was like, I wasn't sure if it was mental illness or just, maybe too many shots of coffee and a joint, or and just was hit with a ray of sunshine. Maybe she was a fan. I wasn't sure. It was just a very, I think people are just doing art sporadically in the street right now. I think to get on YouTube, that's what I'm seeing more of. Yeah, we're all kind of dealing with this. It's weird for me to deal with it. The amount of media, The amount. I gotta hear it in the headphones, Rob. There we go. Gotta hear it in the headphones, Rob. Check. But we're all dealing with. Let me turn the beat off. And make sure I'm not blowing. I could do this. Control it from here. Yes. Check. Yes. We're all dealing with the amount of media that's out there. So I appreciate you tuning into my media, the Cannabis Coffee Hour, where we sample amazing herb. This is Back Home Cannabis. I just keep on going. Shout out to Matawana and the whole crew on Fifth Avenue. They are amazing. They have a great selection of, there's so many great companies. Will Leiby we had on the podcast. So I have a personal thing with him, but I haven't really gone after anybody for any advertisements or anything. I'm just telling you what I feel. If you're in New York City, this is all legal. I only recommend legal cannabis, or at least if you know the grower. You got to know where the earth the thing's coming from. And I think in this world of fentanyl and big pharma, whatever that means, but in terms of just staying away from, I don't know, it's just the toxicity of the city. No. That was a little System of the Down. But lately I've been trying to get my head around where I want to go with the podcast. And it always comes back to, I just want a safe place to have coffee, check in with my fans, tell people positive vibes, fuck around with some music, fuck around with some friends, party and bullshit, as Christopher Wallace once said. But that's been the vibe from the get-go, just to have that space, because we're all fighting for that space. A space to party and bullshit, a space to drink coffee and smoke. I think that's how I would like to be social. And lately I haven't been as social. What I'm learning is I don't need that many friends. In terms of day to day, every time, I just know a lot of people and I'm nice to a lot of people and I keep it moving. And then there's some cats that you hang out with for a minute. And usually that's close by and far away. There's some dear friends. Everything has realms and depths. I think that's another thing that we're exploring with the AI explosion, internet, age. But what I did, I don't know if this is real. I always wanted a subscription to the Rolling Stone magazine. I never really got around to it. Maybe I had one when I was young in high school and I loved it. And I think in college maybe I got it for Christmas one time. But, I wanted a subscription. Somebody was asking me what I wanted for Christmas. And I was like, yo, man, I want a magazine subscription, a classic one, something to read. And it was they don't make them anymore. I went to the website, and I guess you sign up, and maybe you get 4 premium copies, and then you pretty much sign up for the web. Now, I'm not all against it. It's just fascinating how, I've always said with this podcast, I don't think humans really know their full potential, and I don't think we really understand exactly how it all works. And that's what scares me, is when people think they know how it all works. So it's I think there's just another level of creativity. And I think it's just trying to be your best self. Do your thing. Do it the best you can. And that's what I'll say about Back Home Cannabis. And Matawana, great crew over there, great shop in Brooklyn. But also Back Home Cannabis. This is up in the Hudson Valley, and it's and this is Maui Wowie. This is an amazing strain, a classic cannabis strain from Hawaii, and now it's grown in New York, and it is the absolute same genetics that were grown over there. So if you want to nerd out on the weed, it's amazing, and it's healthy. This is some of the most clean. because the regulations were so stringent and hardcore. Because, New York wasn't used to, I don't know, culturally it wasn't ready. It wasn't ready, but then it learned to love it. Culturally, I think New York was a cocaine town, to tell you the truth. It's alcohol. Bars. There's all these famous bars in New York are closing right now. Am I hearing this? I gotta make sure. I guess so. I see it being recorded. Okay. I guess it's just so much background. I have these windows open. There's so much back noise that I'm not hearing myself in the monitors, man. I'm not hearing myself in the monitors, dude. Now I do. So it's like I think it's very important to be an individual right now. I think there's a lot of groupthink going on, a lot of whack groupthink. But the thing I'm thinking about is like myself and super judge mode. And I don't see all the cards on the table completely because everything's moving so rapidly. I think that's happened as soon as the smartphone hit the thing. Everything started moving so rapidly into hyperspace. And now I think it's like onto the individual to sit back within himself and kind of figure out what he really wants to do or she wants to do at their own time and pace. That's the one thing I'll say about stand-up comedy. Time and pace is truly important. And that's the thing that I learned a lot of it. As a jittery, spaz, as a lot of comedians are. But I like it. I think I had a deep well of needing to express myself, and whether that was going to be positive or negative. And I think that's like a lot of people. Like I've said, I'm blowing my voice out. Got to keep coffee preaching. That's the one thing I want to stay away from is any type of preaching. And I have been getting into a point where I'm like, just been walking around, collecting my thoughts, and, starting from zero. That's kind of the super magic of it all. We're standing up, everybody. Making a bold move. Standing up on the podcast. Might have to adjust this camera a little bit. This is a good camera. I want the option to... I think it's always good to have the option to sit down and to stand up. Always been a good thing. That's the whole thing about the whole standing desk in the workforce, which I'm 100% for. I know a lot of comedians, there might be some hate on the standing desk, but I think you just need the option. I mean, everybody, that's why the bar is everybody loved the bar. And this is a DJ table. That's the way the DJ table. You always want the option to have some shit around or stand up, sit down, or, hang out, smoke a joint, play some beats. I'm like Scott Storch. Take her to the candy shop. He was a famed hip-hop producer that worked with the Roots. But I always see him playing like these massive keyboards, which I think is the illest thing, and he's smoking a joint. And one of the things that's one of those dudes that went deep into cocaine and got out by smoking organic herb, which I've seen happen, and it does make sense, you know. It's like that one organic option. If you want to, I don't know. If you in terms of the entertainment business, that's what I've seen. It's like Snoop Dogg and like Willie Nelson, people that live long and keep on smiling. That's a lot of it, is just being appreciative. That's what I've been really. I'm appreciative. Everybody. That's what I need to talk about. I appreciate this herb. Appreciative of this space. I'm appreciative of Back Home Cannabis, of this coffee, of these nice, simple cameras. It's like I'm in Hawaii. Yeah. Hawaii. I never been there. I hear it's nice. Surfing, big waves, pineapples, layers on mountains, volcanoes. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I hear about it. Expensive real estate in the middle of the ocean, where celebrities and indigenous people hang out. In the surf bums, in the surfers, in the sunbathers, in the seagulls. Why don't we go check it out? Maui, wowie, holy kazowie, we're doing it again. Yes, friend, we're gonna win again at the Cannabis Coffee Hour. It's just an hour. Don't be too sour if you didn't like it. It's not a waste of time. I didn't try to write it. I just got on the bike and I just ride it like a city bike, electric. Oh yeah, let's wreck it. Not get away fast. Oh shit, I scratch my ass. I get up, I do it again. I fall down, that's how I win. By getting up, do it again. I fall down, then I start to win. I might have to slow down on this joint, man. I don't want to blow up somebody's spot. But it does make good for content. And it is part of it. But I do like just having a couple puffs. A couple, hits of the spliff. Yes. We're doing it again. Rapping. Snapping. Clapping. That was fun. Thank you for stepping in and checking that out. Yeah, a little bit of journaling. I do find like all of those things take so much time, whether it's like meditating or journaling or stretching and then even working out. Like that's a good hour and a half right there. Like in today's life, just to stay alive and awake, like especially as you get older, like it's all about stretching for me right now. And yesterday I didn't get to work out, but the other day I did. And I have to say, my speed bag is, when I hit the speed bag, I'm getting really good at it. And I love it. And I put on some headphones the other day and listened to it while I did it. Now, I might look like a douchebag. I'm not sure. But at the same time, I'm so quick. It's like 3 minutes. And yeah, what else are you going to do? Sit there and like... It's like the perfect thing for headphones. That and podcasts. The Cannabis Coffee Hour podcast. Episode 300, man. This podcast has been to Jamaica. This podcast has been to D.C. This has been to Vermont. It's been to California. It's been to Big Sur. It's been all over Brooklyn. It's been everywhere. It's gonna keep on being everywhere. As long as I got coffee and I got a little bit of herb and I can sculpt some time together. And I like just putting it all together myself. It's a lot of fun. Yes. Look in the sky. Who is that? A fly? A bird? A plane? Yo, it's just me, man. I'm flying around with my crew. I got a flock. How do you do? Yeah, we're flipping up in the air. We're sparrows without a care. Up here, being a sparrow. Oh yeah, shooting air through the air like an arrow, right through the plains. Yeah, we're out in these plains, man. We're flying around on the highway. Yeah, get out of our way. We're up in the air without a care. Your hair doesn't mean anything to me, man. I'm flying all day. Yeah, this is how we play. We never sit down, we don't have hands. We don't even belong in a band. We're just in a flock, flying around, staying off the ground. Yeah, we're up in the air. All these birds without a care. All the birds in the world. All the birds, all the birds. All the birds. Can you say word? Coffee forever. Never clever, just straight up. Yeah, just put it in my cup. Say what's up, how you doing? Keep it moving. I'm probably going to the bathroom or screwing around, looking up at the clouds. What's those birds? Oh yeah, that's what you heard a few beats ago. I was just trying to flow. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but it is always fun I'm being had. Yeah, every day. Everybody's stressed out. Do it your way, like me. I'm just sitting like up in a tree, smoking some weed, drinking coffee, being me. Watch me be. Watch me be funky. Watch me be funky. Watch me be. All right, Max Headroom, calm it down. I do, like I said, I like going, trying to experiment with the improv in the music. Some people are like, Rob, why don't you practice? And I'm like, practice? Practice? No, this is not, this is free. It's weekly. There's going to be some mistakes. There's going to be some evolution. But I think the audience gets to see it. So I appreciate everybody that's listening, everybody that's viewing the Cannabis Coffee Hour. I'm proud of the YouTube. Well, I'm trying not to be proud, but I think the more thing is you just keep on working. So I'm just like having fun, learning the editing, learning how to do this like quickly and in a way that can fit my lifestyle, but also like grow it out and play with music, play with guitars. Yeah, that's the one thing I have. Like I got acoustic guitar and I just enjoy it. Like I do think with all of the technology that is going on right now, just doing natural instruments as well is such a therapeutic, cool, chill thing. And it brings people together. I myself, I haven't jammed with anybody, just a couple people I've jammed with. I should have saw this band the other night, but I've been worn down. It was like rainy. And then that wet gets in your bones. And I just couldn't get out, man. I mean, I could. A lot of it feels like I'm like saving my strength emotionally during the holiday season. It's also been stressful. Oh man, I've been taking the subway a ton, and like the other day I got lost, and I didn't get lost. I just got on the wrong express train, and I did it like twice, and it ate up like so much time, and I was getting so mad, and I had nothing to be mad about. I had done everything that was like super crucial. I was just mad that it was kind of cutting into my chill time, but then I kind of just got out of it. You just got to sit in it. And this is the good part. Sometimes I'm like, I start this podcast and I feel guilty how much fun it is playing beats and smoking weed and videotape and like videoing it, and then getting people on here and then getting people off, just like doing the whole thing. It's purely mine. But I do think that I need to get a little bit better on delegating some of the tasks. See, the battery just went out on that camera. I do have a switch on it that I could switch over. But we can just use this camera. This is a good shot. The camera's great, but it does overheat at like 50 minutes. And we've been it hasn't been that long. It's been like 40 some minutes. I just been enjoying myself. Let's see. Should we play some more beats? Okay. My love of coffee has not gone away. And I know that's kind of like a common thing to say because everybody loves it. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people do. And it seems like the world is running on it right now. Coffee and weed, that's what I need. Coffee and weed, that's what I like. When I rock the mic. That's my first rhyme that I did. This has a like kind of a go-go swing beat to it. That's why I like it. I've been with my rhymes, I've been saying like a lot. So I was just about to start rhyming, but then I was like, man, I've been saying like way too much. So maybe I won't. I think with this podcast, I gotta go like, I'm flipping over to the other camera, and there is no other camera except for maybe this little bad boy if he's working. I have a little GoPro twerking in the back. I do love like just putting the whole thing together and messing with the beats, and listening back to them. I have been listening back to them. Sometimes I meander, sometimes I don't. I usually am kind of talking about the day and what's to come or what I feel. And it's always like a good place to catch the temperature of what's funky and fresh for legalized cannabis and coffee. I mean, if you're ever in Industry City which is a great little spot. Try out Colson Pastries. Beautiful coffee shop. They had great lattes. They sold some espresso beans that I knew, and then they had this other brand of coffee beans that I do like, but they are at 3 or 4 different coffee shops around here. The world of coffee is so wild and so dense that sometimes I don't even know where to start. Because I do like having this as kind of a loose form, interviewing comedians, because that's what I do. I do stand-up. I mean, it kind of comes from... As much as I try to steer away from stand-up's just got a bad name, man, right now. I'm a stand-up comic. That's where I started, and I still love doing it. I just got to find my own pace in my own shows and building up this podcast. So that's what this whole thing is. I love just doing it. Love to see anybody listening to this podcast out at a live event, a live show of mine. Check out my website, Rob Cantrell. Right now, booking for the first quarter of 2025. Hit me up if you got a gig. I have gotten gigs through this podcast, which I have appreciated. I've done some cannabis festivals on an Indian reservation. That was one of the best gigs of my life, actually, to tell you the truth. And I bombed horribly up in these mountains. It was all outside, and the audience was like a football field away. Like it was like a stage for if Def Leppard was actually, and I'm talking Def Leppard in 2024, was going to play like a state fair. It was like there was it just wasn't set up for comedy. But while I did it, people were bringing up weed and laughing, but it was just like outside. Doing comedy outside is hard, but I've had some good sets. It just matters the crowd. The one, who was that? There was one in Brooklyn that was really great in Prospect Park. Full Circle. I think that's the name of the production. DeCow, my buddy, he produced a wild one, and it was like on this hill, but the hill was like the stage, so just made it so dope. And it was a hot crowd, and people were smoking herb out there, and that's always kind of good for comedy. Some people don't like it. I do, because I'm talking about frogs and cheese. And I don't know, these days, what am I talking? I'm talking about just being myself. I think I've always done that and then just shot in weird stuff, funny stuff that I thought. Even with this podcast, I was like, if I'm going to do a podcast, I want to be able to smoke herb and drink coffee and kick it hardcore. Maybe do some freestyles. Maybe do a little reverb, echo effect. Episode 300 of the Cannabis Coffee Hour. Love it. Check. Having coffee, smoke a spliff. Yeah, this is kind of different than everything else. What else is I got to do with that? Yeah, I just like to rap. When I get down to the beat. And everybody say, hey, you're not from the street. I said, yeah, I'm kind of like a bird. I'm flying around the world, you see. It's Rob C in the place to be. I do stand-up comedy. I kind of rap. I kind of sing. I kind of play guitar and I bring lots of joy, lots of fun. Aw yeah, it's only just begun. There's so much coffee in the world. There's so many beats to play. I kind of like that. Hello? Are you still there? Good. You got nice hair. But beware. Everybody's gonna stare. They're gonna think you're big as a bear. Without a care. All love, all the above. Oh yeah, this is how I'm gonna do it, cause I like it. Burning nog, champa, all day. Yeah, this is the American way. Burning incense, using lip balm. Smoking joints just to get along with everybody. Watch out. I'm looking for a lot of honey. I'm talking beeswax. I need beeswax. It's very anti-inflammatory. That's my story. Don't bore me. When it comes to a podcast, I got echo effects. Yeah, Rob Cantrell next on the scene. Doing it real clean. You know what I mean. Burning nog champa all the time. Too many evil spirits. Burn them off all the time. Yeah, I wipe my hands clean. Yeah, I rock it super mean. Right here, right now. Holy cow! I'm drinking coffee. Nothing fancy. Just black oat milk. Yo, what you crying? You didn't spill as much as I did all over the counter. Got self-conscious, cleaned it up with a napkin. Yeah, being nice, that's what's happening. I'm cleaning up after myself. I'm cleaning up after I use this place, after I use this space. Keep it minimal, keep it funky. I'm trying to dunk, see? like hand wipes. I'm gonna wipe my hands all across the land. These are really nice. I use them twice every day. I don't know, I have gotten weird with hand wipes. I think it's just like some natural thing. I think maybe I know there's a lot of germs around because people are it's cold season, man. There's a lot of snot flying out there. You gotta use hand wipes. Hand wipes. Hand wipes. Hand wipes. Hand wipes. Hello. Yeah, I love these hand wipes. There are a lot of germs out there right now, so be careful. Everybody was eating turkey. I know you're eating gravy, sloppy, gravy everywhere. Stuffing. Stuffing got crazy germs. That's what makes stuffing taste so good is the germs. Dude, Thanksgiving is germ central. You getting with family and just eating, just slopping. At least with Thanksgiving, with Christmas, there's a big tree to break down the germs. Thanksgiving, you just get together and slobber, and you just get sick. Watch out for Thanksgiving. No, I had a great Thanksgiving. Shout out to everybody I saw during Thanksgiving. I'm always thankful. I'm always thankful. For back home, cannabis. Hello. I want to say I'm thankful for you guys, everybody that's listened to the Cannabis Coffee Hour for 300 episodes. Maybe you're just listening to 5 minutes of one episode. Maybe you listened to 30 seconds of 2 episodes. I am thankful for every last ear that's ever listened to this, even the ones that said, fuck this shit. I love you. I love everybody. I love doing this podcast. We're going to do 3,000 more. Doesn't cost nothing. Subscribe. Subscribe.